This brings us to the last session of the day, and this is a fireside chat, and we need your undivided attention here. The long game of user stickiness and loyalty. Well, I think definitely everyone's interested to know this. So may I please request Chandan Mendiratta, Chief Brand Officer of Zepto, to please come on stage. Please give him a big round of applause. And Mahesh Narayanan, Managing Partner, GPT1 Ventures. Please give him a big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you.
All right, please take it away. Thank you.
Good evening. Excited to be here. Welcome, Chandan. A few years ago, most marketers grappled with the challenge of getting consumers to open their apps at least once a day. And cut to today, you have a consumer in her kitchen opening multiple apps, multiple quick commerce apps, comparing prices, and then ordering her groceries and having it delivered in under 10 minutes. In an environment where every player promises speed, convenience, and endless choice, the real question is no longer will a customer actually open the app. The real question is, will she choose you? You know, a few years ago there used to be this famous tagline of MasterCard that there are few things money can't buy, for everything else there's MasterCard. I think of it as, in the marketing context, there's one thing money can't buy, which is marketing budgets can't buy, which is loyalty. You can buy impressions, you can buy clicks, you can buy app installs, you can buy even the first transaction. But what you can't buy is genuine customer loyalty. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what we are here to explore today. My guest today, Chandan, has been building one of India's fastest growing consumer companies. And I wanted to make sure that we spend the time with him chatting about, not chatting about frameworks and buzzwords, but chatting about the stories behind the decisions that they make, the experiments, the innovations, the debates, and even some of the failures that have gone on to shape Zepto's thinking in terms of driving loyalty and long-term customer relationships. Welcome, Chandan.
Thank you so much. Before I begin talking about it, you mentioned that the customer is opening multiple quick commerce apps multiple times a day. अब मैं यहाँ इतना दूर आया हूँ तो कुछ तो बेच के जाऊँगा ही. You don't need to open the yellow and the orange apps anymore, and I'll tell you why. We have the everyday low prices for thousands of SKUs with no delivery charges or handling charges, making it the easiest quick commerce app ever. So feel free to only open the purple app and transact to your heart's content. You talked about loyalty, brand loyalty. For me, how I see brand loyalty is a long-term outcome of consistently delivering brand love. Now, brand love can be delivered by, of course, sticking to the promise you made earlier, that you deliver this in so much time with the best quality. Right? What we say as speed, quality, assortment, price. SQAP are the 4 pillars. Deliver speed, great quality, have all the assortment at the best price. As long as we're delivering this, can we create something more? So is this enough to create loyalty? It is just fulfilling the promise. But to create that loyalty comes with consistently delivering the brand love. And that's what I want to spend some time on. What is this brand love that I keep talking about? And we measure brand love by earned media. Earned media is something when your customer talks about you.
Right.
So our goal is to find moments where the customer starts talking about us on social media, because now media distribution is democratic.
Right.
Everybody has their Instagram profile, maybe 500 followers, but everybody has a WhatsApp group with family written on it.
Right.
Some school ke dost written on it, some college yaar written on it. We all have those WhatsApp groups. And if I say we are the best versus you tell your family that Zepto is the best, they will trust you more.
Right.
There's a lot of trust in how you will perceive us.
Right.
If you can create those moments that when customers start talking about us, and we'll probably never be able to measure that. What you write in your family group, I'll never know.
Right.
But we get an idea, because somebody would forward it to me that this I received in this college group. We of course can track LinkedIn and Instagram, and that's how we track. We essentially we have to find these moments where we can create that brand love. We divide into 3 pillars. We call it festivals, events and occasions.
Right.
Festivals are Holi, Diwali, Rakhi. Events are important events in somebody's life when you'll be willing to actually adopt a new product or a service or switch brands.
Right.
These are important events in our life. For example, becoming a parent, switching jobs, moving cities, or moving houses. These are important events in our life. We don't face many events, maybe 6, 7 in a lifetime,
Right.
10 in a lifetime. Festivals are 10 in a year, 12 in a year. And then occasions. Occasions, think of just this Sunday, we did a campaign on a rooftop at Zepto office called Barish Ki Sham. Now Barish Ki Sham is an emotion,
Right.
is an occasion. Can I build some brand love around Barish Ki Sham? We did an event 2 months ago in Mumbai called Nani Ka Ghar. Now Nani Ka Ghar is nostalgic, is an emotion. If I say Nani Ka Ghar, you will go back to summer vacations where you would visit your Nani. So these are occasions. I have to find a use case for you to open a Zepto app multiple times a day. So it could be a regular दूध आटा bread, or it could be आज
पूजे का
कुछ अच्छा
सामान.
करते हैं.
हाँ.
So I have to find those instances. So we divide into festivals, events and occasions. And then we're building content that can get us earned media.
Right.
Give you an example. Last Janmashtami, we did something very simple. What we did was we sent out empty Amul butter packets with our orders, with a note inside saying Makhan Chor got here before you did, happy Janmashtami. That's it. And idea came to us, we reached out to Amul, and Amul was like, you want millions of empty Amul
box.
packets. What does that mean? Said, yeah, we just want empty Amul butter packets.
And they got tons of earned media out of it as well.
Exactly. So, and it costs nothing. It costs nothing to send an empty Amul packet. So we sent millions of empty Amul packets and got lot of love. So and we've gone now really deep.
Right.
Janmashtami is still big. For example, can we go further, like to smallest of events? For example, I bet nobody in this room knows when is Father's Day, but I bet half of the people would know when is Mother's Day. The country is not celebrating Father's Day. I don't know why. Why men are not celebrated as much as women. I have 3 women at home. I'm the only male at home. But fathers should be celebrated too. And this is what our insight was, the first Father's Day campaign. I think we were the first brand to celebrate a Father's Day campaign. Because what we do is we go to Google, say important dates for a marketer to know.
Right.
And then the Google gives us the entire list. Plugin of the sponsor here, Google. And a smallest of events. For example, yesterday we were thinking, there is an event in September called, of course you can make fun of it, it's called Are You OK Day.
Really?
I'm not kidding, you can look it up. It's called Are You OK Day. I think it's September or October.
Is it mental wellness?
Yes, it could be mental wellness, or you can make it something, but it's Are You OK Day. Nobody knows. We do not know. It's in a list that we got from the internet. Now we're thinking, what can we do? So the question is, can we go deeper into these events, festivals and occasions and build mental memory structures with Zepto? क्योंकि कुछ भी है, Zepto पे कुछ ना कुछ तो मिल ही जाएगा.
Right.
Yeah, that's
a fascinating way to think about. India is a very highly price sensitive market, and to be able to build deep brand connection and brand association, looking at events, occasions, looking at nostalgia, building that deeper connect is a fascinating approach to building that connect, right?
So you mentioned that if you talk about context of India,
right.
For example, Maharashtra, Ganesh Chaturthi is celebrated with all
much
joy.
fervor, correct.
For example, last Ganesh Chaturthi, we sent out a small flyer. It's a what we call the Mushak flyer. It's a mouse with a note, with an empty note, where you can write. So the tradition is that you say in Mushak's ear what you want.
You pray for what you want.
So you write this and place at the Ganesha's feet and hope your wishes come true. Now, when you do this, something so emotional, tradition, that flyer will never be thrown.
Right.
That flyer will be placed right where the eyeballs should be.
Right.
In the mandir next to Ganesha's feet. So we look at this Indian context as well. What we really love, what are we spending our time on, and build those micro moments which get us earned media.
And one of the things that I think when we were chatting about yesterday, you said, which was very interesting, was because you've done this repeatedly, you've built those micro moment connections. Today you remove the brand for a moment in the creative, and people will still associate with the colors and the brand, and they will be able to associate with the fact that this is Zepto and this is the kind of promise that is always delivered. Yeah. Right? That's fascinating to hear.
So just consistently be delivering it. If you see the purple color with the white font on it, even if I remove the Zepto logo, I can bet more than 50% people who have exposure on internet will say it's probably a Zepto creative.
Right.
Yeah.
Great way to switch kind of gears. A company like yours, which is one of the fastest growing companies in the country, is known for all the innovation that you guys do, all the experiments, and one of the big experiments that you guys are proponents of is gamification and gamified kind of experiences in e-commerce, which is, I want to say, the industry first, which you guys almost pioneered, right? And it's on the line sometimes. Sometimes it's a hit or miss with experiments always. How do you kind of build these thought processes when it comes to experimenting and gamification with user loyalty? So
we don't spend a lot of time on research or mulling over things. Whatever idea we execute. And good thing is that I think we are very lucky to be in this space, that we have so many brands who partner with us.
Right.
So no organization, no brand will have unlimited depth of funds available.
Right.
Every marketer has limited marketing dollars.
Finite capital.
But the point is, if you can create something so interesting, then let's say a Google would come and partner with us. For example, let me give you an example. This Father's Day, we did something very interesting with Google Gemini, and we reached out to Google Gemini and said, there is nobody else who would do this the way you do. So please come, and they agreed. And that helped us minimize our costs, because there's no way we could have done it with our own APIs. The insight was very simple. Our dads keep telling us, it was very difficult for them. They had a tough childhood. They used to swim rivers to get to the school. They studied under the street light, or they would cycle 50 kilometers to get groceries. And now see, it comes so easy to you on Zepto, or you have Wi-Fi. I did not have even electricity at home. So we created a comic. So you go to Google Gemini with this link, upload your father's picture, and it will create a comic with your father in it, living that internet lore, where you'll see your father swimming the river, you see your father under the street light, you see your father cycling down getting groceries.
With a cape.
With a cape, exactly. So it's like your father is a superhero. And it hundreds of thousands of clicks and generations that happened on, and Google Gemini is extremely pleased. So we create a movement for our partner brands.
Of course.
So back to your question, how do you think of these movements? And some are hit, some are miss. We see it from a lens of a content creator.
Right.
Who's a content creator? The content creator makes a reel every day. Not every reel goes viral. But that's okay. The point is, even the content creator doesn't know which reel will go viral or which reel will tank. As long as you're delivering 30 reels a month, 5 will do well.
Right.
2 will do very well. 1 will be outstanding.
Right.
But which one of the 30 will be outstanding, the content creator still doesn't know. Even if the reel has gone viral, the content creator will say, I don't know why it went viral.
Yep.
Maybe I said this, maybe that, maybe that. So we have applied that content creator lens on Zepto. If we create a moment for every small event, like I was mentioning, some will go viral.
Right.
And again, our virality, again, we are not spending a lot of performance money in amplifying it. It is getting amplified through earned media. So the cost of distribution is minimal, because now a big part of distribution happens through LinkedIn,
Right.
which we own. We don't have to pay. A lot of distribution happens to Instagram, our page. So a lot of owned media that we are deploying, and then leaving it to the creative to create its magic and get earned media.
It's fascinating. It's probably one of the way you think as a brand, you know, is completely different, and that's probably one of the reasons why your social media amplification is so much more stronger, almost leaning towards the way a content creator's content gets amplified, right? The whole fundamental marketing paradigm has kind of shifted in the way you guys think, and that has
whatever
changed.
is trending, right? A content creator would find a trending event and
Right.
make content on it. We also find those moments.
You've created some of those moments.
We create some of them.
I remember Zepto has got probably multiple moments where other brands jumped on the bandwagon and wanted to be part of that moment, right?
I'll give you the example. This was, I think, 1.5 years ago. We did a campaign with Manyavar Kurtas.
Yep.
So it was a Shadi campaign where we did a film with Manyavar Kurtas. And the film is simple. The doula is celebrating, all the Bharati is celebrating, and these 3 doula friends are wearing regular coat pant in a Shadi, which according to Manyavar, everybody should be dressing up like a Manyavar. And then the doula orders right from his car. The 3 Bharatis come all dressed up in Manyavar, and the punchline is, "Ab har koi banega Manyavar in 10 minutes on Zepto." I put that film on LinkedIn, and this is something I do. That a lot of content actually comes from, a lot of future ideas come from LinkedIn comments or Instagram comments, because 20 years ago a research would do it.
Yep.
Now a comment section is your research.
The best ideas come from your most ardent fans and lovers of your brand.
Exactly, that's what we were talking about yesterday, right? So somebody commented that can you also get me a doula in 10 minutes? Can I get a green flag guy in 10 minutes? So I called up Shadi.com CMO. He's my classmate from MBA. Said के बहुत crazy idea है. मैं तुझे होर्डिंग भेज रहा हूँ, डिज़ाइन अप्रूव कर दे, कल सुबह लाइव जाएंगे. And I'm calling him at 5-6 PM. and saying के कल सुबह लाइव जाएंगे. तो उसने कहा भेजो. So I send him a copy. मान्यवर चाहिए? Question mark. मान्यवर कुर्तास delivered in 10 minutes. Right hoarding. मान्यवर चाहिए? Question mark. This will take more than 10 minutes. Shadi.com. And he makes a change के right वाले में ना मान्यवर चाहिए नहीं, बस वर चाहिए कर देते. So this went live next morning. So I read a LinkedIn comment, called him, went live next morning. मान्यवर चाहिए? Question mark. Get मान्यवर कुर्तास delivered in 10 minutes on Zepto. वर चाहिए? Question mark. This will take more than 10 minutes. Shadi.com. Went live. And another part of the playbook is, while we think outdoor is only for outdoor, but we bring outdoor
Indoor.
on social.
Right.
Because that's, if it's outdoor in Bangalore, only people in Bangalore will see it. If it's on social, the entire world will see it.
Yep.
We brought it on social and it went viral.
Other brands are jumping
Other
on the
brands
bandwagon.
put a third digital holding on top कि website चाहिए, app चाहिए, ये चाहिए, वो चाहिए. And I remember some 250 versions that I saw on LinkedIn. I'm sure there will be multiple more that I did not see. And there's a banter between Anupam and Adit also went live. So we kind of engineered that conversation also. Anupam commented कि Adit तुम भी शादी कर लो. Adit mentioned, replied कि I'm married to Zepto. And Anupam replied, हमारे पेट पे क्यों लात मार रहे हो? Then Adit replied, let's take this conversation offline. Mom is on LinkedIn. Then Kevalya's other founder mentioned on it कि sending the screenshot to auntie. So this conversation made much more wholesome.
Right.
A lot of it was incidental because I saw a LinkedIn comment, but it went viral. The campaign became much bigger than just a film with money.
Fascinating. No, which brings us probably to kind of a little future gazing, right? Where we are today and forward. We're all in the world of AI today. I think the one truth that we all know is AI can make marketing campaigns more efficient. I think the big question for you is, can AI build deep brand love?
Broadly, see, our playbook is that have fun. If you have fun, the customers will see marketers or the team having fun, and they will see this is a fun brand. I was just listening to the previous conversation, and yes, that's true that currently the AI creatives look like AI creatives. They're very close to perfection. I'm sure in due time they'll be there.
Every day it's getting better.
Still, so he said, don't make it look like natural.
Yep.
If internet loves the AI slop, let's make some and
Give it to
try
them.
it. So we were launching a campaign in Jaipur to highlight our everyday low prices. So we actually made a camel say it, because Jaipur mein, Raipur, Rajasthan hote camels, very loose connection, highest CTRs. So a camel is saying ke, Jaipur mein milenge lowest prices only on Zepto. Why do I have to make it look genuine when I can have a massive fun with it?
Right.
So we're using AI and having fun. You'll see some of our future creators also, it's just having fun with AI, because if the internet is having fun on AI, why would I be serious with AI? We'll also have fun.
No, I think we are on the clock right now. That's a fascinating way to probably conclude the session. I was thinking that customer loyalty is not about one marketing campaign, right? From the conversation that you were talking about, it's about every interaction, every experience, and making sure that you deliver on the promise that you've built. And then that goes on to build trust, and trust compounds over time, and trust compounded over time goes on to become loyalty, right? So I think fascinating approach to here. I don't know if we have time for one question from the audience. Are we okay? We can take.
Yes, sir.
Chandan, I love what you do in terms of building traction through all the possible micro moments. I think the question is more in terms of from a larger brand perspective, that is a brand about always creating these little one small things, or because the fact that we've grown up in times of reading the Kotler and Drucker and so many others, you've got to create that big Eureka campaign. Why don't we see, for example, or will we see Zepto do what a Fevicol did, a Cadbury's did, because that's what builds for that huge goosebumpy feeling. When I see these micro moments, it's dead 3 days later. I need that goose flesh that I can say today that in the room, if anyone asks what campaign you remember, Fevicol, Asian Paints, something else. Will Zepto do that? Is my question.
Definitely. There are no two ways about it. We want to be remembered for sure. It's just that the media consumption habits have changed over the years. What used to happen 20 years ago is not true today. The only consumption of media used to be on TV or newspaper. The current generation is not reading the newspaper, is not watching the TV. And media consumption happens now 5 hours a day, 3 hours a day on our personal devices. And everyday content gets stale. So that Eureka content that stays the test of time definitely will do. In fact, I'll give you an example. Last to last year, we did something with Son Papdi. That was our tentpole campaign. Not a celeb. We have done something with Akshay Kumar also, celebrating everyday low prices. Very fun. You've never seen Akshay Kumar, the Hera Fairy Akshay Kumar in an ad film. You haven't seen. I bet you haven't seen Akshay Kumar in an ad film, the Hera Fairy character for last 10, 12 years, 15 years. So we brought that. But my tentpole event was the celebration of Son Papdi. Now Son Papdi as a character during Diwali has a lot of internet lore that Son Papdi, everybody rejects Son Papdi, everybody forwards Son Papdi. तो हमने कहा यार सोन पापड़ी का भी तो दिल होगा ना, सोन पापड़ी भी तो इंसान है, उसको भी तो दिल दुखता होगा. तो we actually made सोन पापड़ी a character. Think of a marshmallow character, जैसे how marshmallow is. We actually made a guy with a सोन पापड़ी head on it, on him, and telling his sad story कि उसकी life कितनी खराब है. वो जाता है, 3 लोग कैरम खेल रहे हैं और कह रहे हैं भाग जा, हमें 3 ही चाहिए. Like चौथा कैरम वाला तो चाहिए ही होता है. So he's like rejected from different instances, and then he finds Zepto. Zepto brings सोन पापड़ी glory, and then we launch a campaign that हर सोन पापड़ी में जीतो 5 करोड़ तक का सोना. तो अब सोन पापड़ी फॉरवर्ड नहीं होगी. So that's so we are creating the tentpole moments, but no aversion to creating tentpole moments. But the idea is that ऐसा ना हो कि हम 3 महीने tentpole में लगा दें और फिर बाकी 3 महीने हम बहुत कुछ कर सकते थे उन 3 महीनों में. So we don't want to spend how brands used to do 20 years ago. Do 2 films a year. Spend 2 months researching, 2 months writing, 2 months executing. In 6 months I would have done a lot today. So times have changed. You'll probably not see as many as Fevicol and they've done exceptionally well, of course. Amul, great case study, but not as much as you'd see how you saw 20, 30 years ago.
Chandan, maybe just to add to that would be the TG you talk to, right? Yeah. It skews younger, maybe the personality of the brand as well. All of that also lends well to the choice of media that you're going with, right? Is that?
And again, I don't know if one tentpole campaign would do well. What if it tanks? Then I have next window coming up in 6 months, because I would have spent so much money on doing it. I want to create smaller tentpole events every 2 months and micro events 5-6 times a month. उसी में से कुछ वायरल चला जाएगा, मुझे नहीं पता कौन सा जाएगा. But that's exactly how the current landscape of media is. That's how I see it. I could very well be wrong. I'm not saying I know everything. It's just my hunch that the times have changed, and I don't come from traditional marketing background. I am not a career marketer. I have not spent 20 years in marketing. I've been doing marketing for just 6 years.
Maybe that's an advantage.
So I don't know what transpired 20 years ago.
Right.
I am seeing it how I see the world, and that's how I'm seeing it.
Thank you. I hope this was fun for you guys as well. Thank you, Chandan. Thank you so much for having me. Ladies and gentlemen, Chandan.